Oh, what is up, you guys? My name is Version 1, and welcome yet again to Reaction Time, installment 39. In this episode, we are taking back to another interesting video that I figured, why the hell not? I saw it when I was looking through some other stuff for Reaction Time, and it looked really interesting. It actually goes hand in hand with the lightsaber battle that I did earlier this week, except this one is actually a Star Wars one. This is What If Order 66 Failed, animated Star Wars theory fanfiction from Star Wars Theory. So I figured, why the hell not? It looked really interesting, and it's another animated thing. You guys know I kind of know how I like my anime stuff. So without further ado, let's check it out.
As we know, Order 66 was the order given by Emperor Palpatine just after the death of Mace Windu and the transformation of Anakin into Darth Vader. The order was programmed into the clones' heads by way of an inhibitor chip, which controlled their minds to take out the Jedi and serve the Chancellor. The rest of the events that led from this are what we know today. But what if we go into another timeline, an alternate universe, and one that I think makes much more sense in some ways? What if Order 66 failed?
Dun dun dun.
Jedi have decades of training, mastering the Force above all else. Their first and foremost abilities were to be able to sense their surroundings and feel any threats, such as when Anakin and Obi-Wan could even feel the Kuhans that attempted to poison Padme. The Jedi not being able to sense the complete 180 turn of the clones, raising their guns at them and firing, would have been enough of a shift in the Force, just as Yoda had felt, in order for them to escape or to have an advantage to fight back harder. The Jedi Temple events, however, would continue to play out the way they did, as Anakin was too powerful for any Jedi in the Temple. He would then go to Mustafar as ordered, while the rest of the clones would continue to take out the Jedi, slowly being killed one by one by more advancing Jedi. Plo Koon would still be alive, so would Sakura, Ki-Adi-Mundi, Sindralig, and the list goes on. Of course, not every Jedi would live. The clones were a formidable force. However, the more powerful and more Force-attuned ones would sense the matter immediately. After Anakin was ordered to Mustafar by Palpatine, Yoda would meet Obi-Wan at the raided Jedi Temple, and they would send a beacon out to all of the survivors of Order 66, where we would essentially see almost the entire Jedi Council returning, with the exception of Anakin Skywalker, of course, who is now Darth Vader. We have to remember this doesn't give Palpatine enough time to leave the city, as all of these events took only a few hours at the most to execute. He wouldn't have heard back from the commanders because, 1, they'd all be dead, and 2, he'd assumed they were all still carrying out orders. Yoda would send Obi-Wan and Plo Koon to Mustafar to seize and capture Anakin to be tried in the Galactic Court, while he would take Ki-Adi-Mundi, Sindralig, and Aayla Secura to confront the Emperor, while the remaining Jedi would dissipate to hunt down as many clones as they could. After telling Padme about what Anakin has done, he and Plo would sneak onto her ship until they landed on the fiery planet. Yoda and the Masters would fly to the Chancellor's office in Coruscant to once and for all bring an end to the Sith Lord who had been right under their very noses for so many years. As Padme's ship landed, she stepped out to meet Anakin when he looked up to see Obi-Wan and Plo Koon standing in the opening of the ship's extended plank. Their silhouettes almost godlike as the light cast a shadow illuminating their outlines,
so
embossed in the red blaze of the red bubbling lava. Anakin yelled at Padme, choking her, until Plo, who was much more quick to stop this than Obi-Wan, jumped in the air and shot Force Judgment onto Anakin. This was Plo's equivalent to Sith Force Lightning. However, not as powerful, it still hurt Anakin enough to stop his attack on Padme. As he let go, she stumbled backwards and ran up to Obi-Wan. This angered Vader even more. The betrayal he felt was compounded only with hatred he couldn't even compare to the heat of the planet's melting core. As he ignited his lightsaber in unison to Obi-Wan and Plo, the battle began. Sidious frowned at Yoda as he watched his royal red guards fall to the floor. Yoda and the 3 Jedi Masters entered his office, all igniting their lightsabers.
Hell yeah.
Palpatine tried to escape, knowing he was no match for 3 Masters and Grand Master Yoda. With no exit strategy, he turned to face them, telling Yoda, "Your arrogance blinds you, Master Yoda. and ignited his lightsaber. He attempted the same strategy as he had with Mace and his legions of masters, thrusting his saber into Sakura's heart as she laid on the floor motionless. His speed was far too ferocious for them. Yoda jumped off the wall and flipped to block Palpatine's attack on Ki-Adi-Mundi, who went to strike Palpatine's head but missed and got paralyzed by a jolt of Force lightning. As he withered on the floor, Yoda watched as Drelig's head rolled next to him. He was astounded by Palpatine's speed and precision, swinging as fast as he could and blocking just as hard. The two were evenly matched, as Yoda sent Palpatine flying back with a strong Force push, using this time to run to Ki-Adi, who started to regain his consciousness once again. Helping him up, the two Jedi Masters ran towards Sidious.
Dun dun
Anakin
dun.
and Obi-Wan exchanged immense hits while Plo attacked when he could. His lightsaber abilities were amazing, but he was not on the same level as Anakin here. As they continued to fight down the corridor and into the station, Anakin could feel himself being cornered by the two Jedi Masters, Obi-Wan from the left and Plo from the right. Anakin was boxed in. Front flipping over Plo Koon, he landed attempting to strike him. However, he was stopped by Obi-Wan. When Plo used this advantage to shoot the most powerful amount of Force judgment onto Anakin as he possibly could, Skywalker dropped to the ground, shrieking in agony as yellow thunderbolts crawled up his face.
Jesus, that's dope.
Spiders with daggers for legs. Kenobi and Koon stepped over him, lightsabers an inch from his skull. They unanimously announced, "In the name of the Galactic Senate of the Republic, you are under arrest." Palpatine had to decide quickly which Jedi he would advance to as Ki-Adi-Mundi and Yoda rushed him. He knew Yoda was far more powerful, so he decided to take out the weaker opponent first, that being Mundi. This is what Yoda anticipated. Quickly running up to Palpatine and flipping over him, Palpatine became confused and blocked Ki-Adi's attack, then turned to block Yoda's when he was cut in half by the Grand Master. Laying on the floor, unable to move, his fate had taken the same turn of events as his apprentice, Darth Maul. With Obi-Wan and Plo returning to the temple as Anakin sat in the back of the ship, cuffed at the hands and feet, they went to the Chancellor's office as they saw lights flashing from within the windows. Meeting Yoda at the docking bay, he and Ki-Adi boarded the ship to take Padme to a droid crew to deliver her unborn children. Anakin would remain restrained as his yellow eyes stared in hatred at the Jedi Masters who tried to figure out what to do with him. Banishing him from the Council and the Temple, stripping him of his Jedi status, the Galactic Senate appointed Bail Organa as Chancellor and moved to sentence Anakin to spend an eternity in prison. Once the security footage of the massacres at the Temple, including the slaughter of the younglings, were presented, Padme would survive, and her children, Luke and Leia, would be trained from infancy in the Jedi Temple with Yoda, Obi-Wan, Ki-Adi-Mundi, Plo Koon, and subordinate Jedi who had survived as well.
That would be
Galaxy would live in
dope.
peace and harmony, with two new Skywalkers eventually growing up to carry on the Jedi way.
Oh, that's dope.
Until Anakin would be freed from jail by the hands of Jar Jar.
Jar Jar, why?
Hey guys, hope you enjoyed
That was dope.
this video. I would love to do a part 2 where Anakin somehow gets out of jail. The Jar Jar part was of course a joke, but if you'd like to see that, let me know down in the comments below. I hope you enjoyed this new style of making fan fictions. This
That
is
was
actually
cool.
an older fan fiction, one of my oldest ones, done in December of 2016. So back when the channel wasn't even 4 months old or so. So forgive me if the story is a little bit weird, but you know, it's a relic in time, that's for sure. It's an artifact. Leave a thumbs up if you enjoyed this style. I will see you in
That was cool. Because I've actually seen other fan theories about how they kind of wish that Plo Koon would have survived, because Plo Koon is supposedly one of the coolest and strongest Jedi, and how they'd like to see Disney Plus do like a side story type thing of like maybe Plo Koon survived Order 66 because like he just said, Plo Koon's really attuned with the Force, kind of like Yoda. And he somehow survived the attack and went into hiding like Yoda did. And that's a really cool theory as well, because I would watch that, because Plo Koon looks like a really cool character. His species, I don't remember what exactly it is. It's been so long since I've done anything. I chose that particular species when I played one of the Star Wars games where you get to create your own Jedi and you choose that game. if I can ever find it again and I can remember the name of it, I will do a review on that, because it's a cool game. I loved it to bits, but if you chose the Sith route, it was the hardest game in the freaking world to try and beat. I never beat it on Sith mode because when you choose Jedi area, when you go to fight a certain area of Separatists or something like that, you have Jedi backing you up. But if you choose to do the Sith route, you're fighting both the Separatists and the Jedi that are there. You're literally fighting double the enemies. And oh my God. Having to deal with the Sith and Jedi at the same time because you're like a rogue Sith. It's just... anyway, I'll get back to that in that video if I can ever figure that out. But that's going to do it for this episode. And that also does it for Reaction Time 39. I hope you guys enjoyed these. If you guys have any other ideas, feel free to put them in the comments down below. I will put them in the playlist, and I will try and get to them in due time. So don't worry about all that. If you guys have any other ideas of certain games you guys want to see me play for the channel, feel free to put those in the comments down as well. I'll try and look for them. I'll try and figure them out. Be sure to put a platform on there. I got a comment from somebody asking me to check out a certain game or even try and react to it. But he told me I took a screenshot of it, and I don't remember. My phone's on the charger out there right now, so I can't really check it out. But he talks about a game he thinks that would be cool for the channel, whether I'd play it or I react to it, but he thinks it'd be cool for the channel. And I agree. I even asked him, like, what platform is it for? Because he told me the game, but he didn't tell me what platforms. I don't know if it's a mobile game. I don't know if it's a Xbox game. I don't know if it's for PlayStation. I don't know if it's for PC. I have no idea. I'd love to check it out, but I don't know the platform. I guess I can look it up and hopefully figure it out, but if I don't get any word back, I'll just have to look it up and do the research. But if you guys can give me as much information as possible, that'll always help. It gets the videos out faster, or gets me to find it faster. But that's going to do it for this episode. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you, like I said, if you liked it, thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, you can always hit the subscription button. It's completely free to do. You don't got to worry about anything like that. There's no secret fees. There's no hidden fees and stuff like that to be able to hurt you guys in the end. And of course, it helps me get bigger. It helps the channel out, and it helped me eventually make this a full-time job, and I can start doing some cooler things and more involving things, possibly even with you guys. So, that being said, though, thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, I'll see you in the next one. Hey, peace out.